building the front seat for the Sling TSI. The instruction is fairly unclear, in my opinion. So I spent about 3-4 hours building the first seat, and I'm now starting on the second seat. I'll try to video my process as much as I can, in case it helps other folks. So the first step I'm doing is to install the base covers for the seat base. So this step is fairly straightforward. The only thing is I need to skip this hole and this hole, which will be used later to install the locking mechanism guard. So then the next step is to install the lever onto the plate here. So that installation involved a M4 by 35 millimeter bolt and nuts and washers and these two, I don't know, like plastic bearing kind of things. So I don't know if it's necessary, but since they are dissimilar metal, I kind of dipped the stainless steel parts into some Tef gel just for some corrosion protection, but I don't know if it's necessary. Okay, so after the lever is sort of in place, the next step is to hook up this line onto the lever through this hole. And there's supposed to be a little bushing inserted onto the end here, so the line can rotate freely. Now the problem here is I met this problem with all these sort of lines and bushing in the seats building process. So basically the problem is this bushing doesn't actually fit into this little hole. So the way I solved it is to use this center punch. So I just kind of picked the center punch with the right size. I believe this is a 5/16 diameter center punch. So just punch it through the hole to make the hole just slightly larger. Then the bushing can fit perfectly. Then I can install this line onto the lever without any friction. So I'll do. So then I installed the pulley onto the in between the covers, and the only thing to pay attention to is that the string goes outside of the pulley, so he wraps around and later connects to another thing that pulls the locking mechanism. So then the next step is to install the locking pins. So the instruction wasn't very explicit at this point, but if I look very closely, the two locking pin channel are a little different. So one has a little window on it and the other doesn't. So the one with the window is what I need first. So basically the channel is gonna hold like actually the channel is gonna be installed like this, right? And the window is away from the top cover. So what I need to make sure is this cable that I've already installed goes let's focus. So this channel needs to go through this little window from the channels inside to outside, like this. And then I will probably click-hold this in place for now and then move on to the next. So now I've click-hold the two channels with locking pins onto the base and connected the three cables onto this centerpiece, which is formed from two center plates with two sort of bushing type of things that acts as terminals. So basically, the the cable connecting the lever goes on to one terminal, and the same terminal also connects the locking pin on the far end. And the other terminal only has one cable connected, which is the locking pin closer to the lever. And then, so if you see, if I move the lever like this, it will pull this pulley, and then the locking pin will retract. So then I installed the spring mechanism on the locking pin. So to install this step, I need to first slide in the guiding channel, then the washer, then the spring, another washer, then there's the last thing to lock the whole thing in place is a cotter pin. So once I bend the cotter pin and lock them in place permanently, it will go into the under the cover like this, right? Like that. And then there are two more channels that goes like this, one here and one here. They will kind of form a guiding channel for the locking pin. Okay, so both channels are clear-coated in place. Before I rivet them all together, I want to take a final look, making sure everything is connected and looks reasonable. So if I pull the lever here, this string pulls here, and the pulley rotates and squeezes the spring, and the locking pin will go retract inwards. Looks good on this side, and looks good on this side. All right, I think I'm ready to rivet everything together. So for now, I'm gonna rivet the top row here and the top row here, and then leave the bottom row because that will be riveted later when I place the bottom cover. Okay, so the riveting are all complete, and I think the locking mechanism on this side of the seat is now complete. See, yep.